In this video, I'll explain my financial goals for 2021 and some tips to help you to achieve your financial goals too. Stay tuned. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name's David. I'm a millennial, working professional in the city of Bread Love, Philadelphia. On this channel, I'll talk about topics such as personal finance, investing, and work-related tips. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel. All right, let's talk about financial goals. Since it's the new year, it's very important to create goals and plans for the following year. Call it New Year's resolutions, goals, or dreams. They're very popular at the beginning of the year. But how many people actually complete them? Approximately 80% of people who have New Year's resolutions fail to achieve their goals. That means only 20% of the people actually achieve their goals. People don't achieve their goals for many reasons. Reasons like, I don't have time, I don't know where to start, it's just too hard. These are some of the reasons, but all you have to do is be SMART. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Being specific means you have more detail for your goals. You can say that you want to invest 10 to 15% because if you put more detail into it, it makes you more accountable versus saying you just want to save. And you want to make it measurable. Throughout the year, make sure you have different checkpoints, meaning that it can be every month or every quarter that you're making sure that you're on track with your goals. Having checkpoints helps you analyze and track your performance for your goals. And by chance, if you're not doing well at these different checkpoints, you can analyze what's not going well for you and find the areas for improvement. Next, you want to make sure that it's attainable. With our previous example of saving 10 to 50%, some people might say that they want to save 50%, but how practical is that for most people? With an attainable goal, you want to make sure that it's realistic and relevant for yourself. Your goal should be challenging enough so it can help you identify different areas for improvement. Next, make it relevant. If your goal is to make passive income, make sure you don't put your time or money into making a business because generally businesses require a lot of time and effort. Look into different investments such as stocks and rental properties. Lastly, make your goals time-based. If your goals are to save for a summer trip or for a down payment for a house, maybe you want to set a time frame for May or June. So if you're off track, it helps you actually figure out how to get back on track. So those are different ways for helping you to achieve your goals. Let's talk about my financial goals for 2021. My first financial goal is to save and invest more. To be exact, saving 15% and to invest 15%. There is a difference between saving and investing. Saving is all about setting aside some money for any emergencies or for any recent purchases that you're looking to make. While for investing, you're basically putting your money into different assets in the hopes that it will appreciate over time for the future. Generally, you wouldn't take any money out of your accounts or out of your investments until you're ready to retire. The reason why I set my goal to save and invest 50% each is because I feel like it's challenging enough, but also very attainable for me. With that being said, the national average at which a person saves is around 7%, while for investing, most advisors will recommend roughly between 10 to 50% of your income. As they say, if you do the average, you're going to get average results. These are my goals, but I'm going to do my best to do better than that. Consistency is going to be very important for saving and investing. And for my next financial goal. My second financial goal is pay off debt. When I say pay off debt, I mean all of my debt. Having a lot of debt creates unnecessary stress that you don't want in your life. Paying off all or most of your debt is going to be based on your consistency. As I mentioned before in my last goal, consistency is going to be key for paying off debt. If you've been following my debt journey, you know that I had close to six-figure debt roughly a couple years ago. But in case you haven't heard the story, feel free to look in the description down below or the link above. I want to say the two main things that helped me pay off the majority of my debt is being consistent, as I said before, and also paying more than the minimum balance. If you have any extra money from any side hustles or from bonuses that you receive from work, make sure that you put it towards your debt and any payments that you have. Those tips really helped me out to pay the majority of my debt in such a short time frame. Right now, I can actually pay off the majority of my student loan that I have left over, but I want to see what President Biden and Congress has to do. Either they're going to extend the student loan forbearance or potentially forgiving up to $10,000 of student loan. I'm putting all that money into a high yield saving account, so it's going to accrue some interest. And right now, I'm just going to wait until what Congress and President Biden has to say. So my two goals are saving and investing more on top of paying off my debt. But what if you put them together? That's actually my next financial goal. My third financial goal is to increase my net worth. A person's net worth is really easy to calculate. It's your assets minus your liabilities. Your assets are things that have monetary value, such as cash, stocks, and any real estate properties you have. And liabilities are things that you owe, such as your student loans, credit card payments, and a mortgage. My goal is to increase my net worth by 50% in 2021. Increasing my net worth in 1 year may sound outlandish or crazy, but I think I can achieve that by completing the first two goals. And as I mentioned before on how to calculate your net worth, it's basically your assets minus your liabilities. But if I'm able to pay off the majority of my loans, it's actually going to increase my net worth because of that. Also, if you're curious on how well you're doing financially with your net worth, check this out. The Federal Reserve interviewed over 5,000 families or households over a 3-year period from 2016 to 2019, and they calculated and tracked their net worth and income. They found that households under the age of 35 had an average of a net worth of $76,000. For me, hearing an average of $76,000 for a net worth sounds relatively low, but I know there's different factors and it's relative for everyone's situations, locations, and point of life. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below if 76,000 sounds relatively high or low or just right for you. The topic and discussion for net worth should be over a large period of time. It shouldn't be just for right now, for this year, or for next year. The key is that you want to have consistent growth rather than large spikes and large declines year over year. As I mentioned before, your personal finance journey for your net worth is relative and personalized for your journey. Overall, it's a marathon and not a sprint. My fourth financial goal is diversification. Diversifying basically means that you're buying different assets such as your bonds, your stocks, or real estate. On top of that, investing in different areas. So you can invest in the tech industry, or you can invest in energy and so forth. Diversifying your investment is great for the growth and limit your risk. I want to be honest and transparent. I think I have roughly 75% of my investments that are in equities. The majority of the 75% is in stocks. If my investments were a little more diverse, I wouldn't take such a heavy hit in March of 2020. Looking back almost a year ago, the stock market dropped between 20 to 30% within a month's time frame. I wasn't worried that my stock investments dropped so much within a short amount of time frame because I'm a long-term investor and I'm very disciplined. But it would have been nice to have other asset types that would have compensated or offset the losses that I had during that brief period. The two new asset types that I'm looking to invest this year are cryptocurrency and real estate. If you haven't heard, the cryptocurrency market, such as Bitcoin, has been red hot recently, along with the real estate market. Right now, I'm going to be patient and look for a good buying opportunity because the last thing I want to do is buy an asset that's overpriced or overvalued right now and have it just tank right afterward. I'll just wait and be patient and focus on my next goal. My fifth financial goal is get another job. Now, this financial goal is probably one of the oddest one I have. I'm expecting this year to be very similar to last year by having extra time at home. Having extra time at home can be good, but I want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself mentally. So what I want to do is stay busy and active. I'm going to be looking for a job that's flexible in terms of hours just because I still have a day job too. This year is going to be a little crazy how last year was, but I want to make sure that I'm staying safe and cautious. Also, I want to be considerate for other people because I know opportunities are very scarce and limited at the moment. Unemployment is relatively high, around 6 to 7% right now. By having another job, it's going to help me with my other financial goals, such as saving and investing more, pay off my debt, increasing my net worth, and diversify. I'm going to do a little more research to see what opportunities are out there that fits my schedule and that will help me to achieve my financial goals. So those are my financial goals for 2021. Try to make your goals specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Thank you for watching my video. If you haven't already done so, feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel. It really helps me share the content I create. And comment down below, what are your financial goals or goals in general for 2021? As always, stay fresh, stay awesome, take care.